So how was the transition from being a startup founder to a head of design to a product manager? Till now, how your journey has been?
I started my entrepreneurial journey when I was a kid, just organizing local events for school children during summer vacations, and then went on to try some startups with some incubators as well. What that teaches you is a lot of wearing a lot of hats and thinking. You have to think of the ground reality, what is happening today, and keep a big vision as well. There's Sanskrit term for it, Garuda Drishti and Sarva Drishti. So you have to keep both at the same time. That is what it teaches you being a founder. But I always was a designer at heart, in a sense, user problem and users, defending the user and advocating the user. Those were the things that always excited me. As a founder, you are also worried about customer and business. As a product manager, you're also worried about the same thing. As a designer, you're also worried. But the kind of things you worry about and deliver are very, very different. In most companies that I've seen, design is just a department which just prettifies. They just give it to design, give them 10 days, they do something good looking, and that is what design is. But for Instamojo, design has always meant business. I remember Sampath and me having that conversation with the founder early on, that without design and good UX, they don't see cracking this industry at all. So when that sort of expectation from design, it was a natural phase for me to evolve from delivering just the design to start thinking larger picture, as in what impact does it have in the industry, or how can design be a competitive edge. And then you start thinking in those directions, you kind of slip in product as well. And once you get there, I think it's quite addictive to launch products and see your customers very happy. We often discuss this idea in India of having a throat to catch. And this model works very well in India. Like if you have a local throat to catch, then big brand is easily sellable. Then I don't care. I will buy it. I will try something new. That's why you see in fintech these insurance companies, everybody having agents, mutual funds still having agents. Right. So this throat to catch, this middleman business does not go away, because in India, because of the diversity and communication and mental model differences, you need to have a local person to understand what's going on. Instamojo became popular among financial advisors in Bombay. Overnight, suddenly there were like hundreds of them signing up every day. And what we realized was one of the popular financial advisors signed up and finally put their link on their website. So because they keep a close eye on each other, all start responding and trying it out as well. So the Indian MSME sector is as innovative, as exciting, as adopting, open to new products and services as China or any other, maybe even more than developed economies, because there you see a stagnation in these sort of products. They don't have the kind of innovation like wallets and UPI and even an EFT, the kind we do, right? So, and it's sort of like ATM have done some role in opening up the minds as well. Right. So they want these products, they want people to come and solve their unique problems, but the issue is if you expect to bring an already solved product to India and just launch it and hope it works for MSME, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, that is where the space is like.
Yeah, and you have to realize that their problems are unique, the culture is unique, the mental models are unique. How we think about business, money, loan, debit, credit, all these things are very different. Right. And it comes at an intersection of design, especially UX and technology and business. I think that's the most popular definition that goes by as well. But what I mean by that is product management is sort of a role where you won't know everything about everything, but you must know something about everything.
Exactly, yeah.
Different kind of effort and different kind of focus and different kind of problem solving narrative. And sometimes it's just about people management, sometimes it's about regulation management, sometimes it's figuring out the law, sometimes it's a UX problem. So every product poses a different challenge, or every layer of that product will pose a different challenge. Okay. So that is the role of a product manager, to make sure the product, from problem to product to going to the market and results, though that full circle is taken through, and whatever it takes to make that happen, whether it's tech, non-tech, or business, or whatever it's required, you have to go through the process. I define product management for myself, but my forte again comes from UX. Like even I remember last time we were building API products for the past couple of months, and for a design-oriented PM, that you might think like, what are you doing building APIs? But API is also a product used by a user. There's a user experience of a developer when they first time look at an API, and where they come from, what other competitor they might be using, where they carry the mental models from, how is their first, how should a failure experience be, how should a sandbox experience be. Why did the user want this? Why did the user want this? Why did the user want this? The more clear it is to me whether this will A, work or not, make sense or not, sell or not, will they pay for this or not. There are n number of questions you will be answering, and you just keep going back to the basic of your conversations or your insight from the customer. So that is again a UX philosophy coming from UX background. So for me, UX and product blend very well together. Bring two advantages to product management. One is you realize how to reduce risk and cost. Because you do not make wrong bets where there is no sense, where the cost and ROI is not justified. What we keep thinking in product management is cost of building. What UX can teach you is cost of switching for the user. And that I think is an often insight missed out by, at least I missed it out often when I was starting product management. Just it sounds exciting to launch it, not realizing that it's just because it's cheaper to build doesn't mean it's cheaper for the user to switch. And that makes everything right. Okay. And payment links we used to offer something called ad product offer, which used to have 10-20 features, which most people who are making money were not using. So we realized that what they really wanted from Instamojo was a payment link which would be used by salespeople. Okay. So this is the core insight behind building payment link. That salespeople log into Instamojo, they're on call or chat or whatever with the customer. They are offering a customized deal, the customer has agreed. Now they create a link and send via Instagram, WhatsApp, chat, email, SMS, website, whatever. Right? Just put the link, send it, and the customer makes the payment. So everything else is redundant and kind of time taking. That is the insight behind payment link. So payment link is a sales tool. It's not an e-commerce, strictly an e-commerce, right? It's very specifically a sales tool. So for 2 years, the moment we launched it, we see a huge response. We see our daily active users within 7 days, which majority of them switched to payment links. Some enterprise people started using smart links. People who were already using our APIs, moving to smart links. And that was surprising because if you use API, you can build these features like in a couple of days while you need us. So we spoke to some of them and then we realized that even though they have a tech team who has an API integration, they can further do API integration and build these features as well. That is not the primary focus of their tech team. Their tech team is solving their core tech problem. Payments is not in their core problem. So API, why SmartLink became an API alternative to small businesses, for enterprise it became an API companion. Your 90% your main use cases are taken care of by API integration, and all your edge cases are taken care of by smart links. Those user stories, which again talks about the central idea of breaking down deliverable units in a product and what that fundamentally means, and how, if done right, it can really charge up the team to solve customer problems rather than just having something to track. And another book I loved was Storyboarding, which is again similar to what you do in user stories, but here you lay down, you make a storyboard and it helps you prioritize. Right? So these 3 books I think are very, very, very beneficial. And the last book I really want any young product manager to read is What the CEO Wants You to Know. That's a brilliant, brilliant book, and it talks about how a CEO of a big company would think about business and how a small business owner, let's say running a lemonade stand, would think about business and what are the common grounds between them. What is margin? What is profits? What is competition? What is top line, bottom line? Projects keep meeting people, and the more people you meet from outside your domain, the more I realize you get new ideas, you get refreshed ideas, and people have different take. They ask you different questions, and hang out with people who ask you difficult questions. Right? And anybody who starts asking me a difficult question, I started getting into that person because they make you think. Right? While your goal for the user is don't make you think, your goal for you yourself as a product manager should be make you think.
That was really great. I think for all our speakers, we have got a very good quote that being a product manager, you don't have to know everything about something, but you need to know something about everything.
Yeah.
That's a good quote.